Welcome back. New tonight, there are growing concerns about a new health trend online many teens are jumping into. It's called looksmaxxing. It's where people try to maximize their physical appearance, often through extreme grooming, dieting, or cosmetic changes to become more attractive. And joining us now is Dr. Maxie-Moreman, a psychologist at Children's National, to talk more about this. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Everyone trying to look better. I'm sure social media is not helping this cause. Why should parents, doctor, be paying close attention to this trend? What are the dangers of this trend?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the dangers of this trend extend far beyond the physical concerns. Of course, there are concerns for these more extreme physical methods to achieve this beauty standard where kids are smashing their jaw to change their jawline. But there's also significant mental health impact. Kiddos might be experiencing significant low self-esteem, anxiety symptoms, and depression symptoms that are associated with these unrealistic beauty ideals.
Right. I'm a mom myself of a teen, and I really try to choose my words wisely around her, even when I'm talking about myself, because I know words matter, and the way that she hears it, it does affect her outlook on appearance and how we view ourselves. What are some of the warning signs that this goes from harmless self-improvement to something more harmful for a young person? And what can parents do to get ahead of looks maxing?
Yeah, I think, well, one thing to note is that looks maxing is particularly popular among young men. We know that young women have been experiencing similar unrealistic beauty ideals for a long time, since the beginning of time, actually. But this is something that's impacting our young men. So parents of both boys and girls need to be paying attention to this.
Mm-hmm.
If their kids are expressing concerns about their appearance, and they're feeling or sounding obsessed with it or preoccupied with it, that is something that could be concerning. If they are noticing weight loss or significant efforts to gain muscle, that's also a sign that could be a potential sign of concern. And then also, if your son in particular is suddenly unable to sit still and they are very jittery, if that teen does not have ADHD symptoms, this could be a sign of steroid or creatine use. So just paying attention to your child and noticing if there are changes, preoccupation with appearance, and also physical differences.
I hate to put you on the spot, but could you give us some tips on how to start that conversation with our kids without pushing them away?
That's a good question. I think the conversation needs to be much larger than just what we're viewing on social media that makes us feel negatively about our bodies. It really needs to be about all of the things that might be coming up on social media and how it makes us feel.
Mm.
I think a lot of times youth are watching all sorts of videos on social media and they're having lots of different reactions and outcomes associated with the things that they're watching. And it's hard for parents to keep up with all of that content. So I think really just having conversations about how any of the things on social media might make you feel sad, upset, nervous, angry, and being able to identify those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I think having those conversations are a starting point.
I love
And
that.
then if you're noticing that your child is having some differences in functioning, and are preoccupied with either their appearance or anything else related to what they view online, then really getting them connected to mental health supports is going to be the most important thing.
I think that's really good advice. Why is this especially concerning during the teen years?
Yeah, well, I mean, teens are in this critical stage of development. And so they are quite literally preoccupied with a lot of things changing in their bodies. They're preoccupied with how they're perceived by their peers. And so I think this is such a vulnerable stage for youth who are already thinking about how do I fit into my peer groups? How do I navigate peer relationships? How do I stand out in my peer groups? And so for our younger teens, especially our preteens, this is a pretty vulnerable period of time. And so when they're viewing things like this on social media that tell them that maybe their appearance is not good enough, that can be really damaging.
I wish we could talk more because I could go on with you on this topic, but we have to end it here. Dr. Ashley Maxie-Moreman, thank you so much for your insight, and psychologist at Children's National. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.